Welcome. So for class today, you might want two blocks. You can just have them off at the front of your mat. And we're going to get started in a comfortable seat. So you can join me there. And you might find that you want to sit on a block or on a blanket, just making it a little easier for your knees to drop down. Whatever works for you, great. And then you're just going to go ahead and close your eyes when you get to your seat. And with your eyes closed, turn your gaze down. Let your chin drop just slightly. And start to bring your attention into the breathing. And focus there for a few moments. Noticing what is the experience that you're having inside. Observing any expectation you might have for what this practice is. Observing your mental state, your physical body's state of being, your environment. Maintaining a steadiness in this seat as you breathe. And it's in this very simple way that the practices of yoga invite us to acknowledge what is important to us, what direction we'd like our practice to go, or even how we want our whole life to grow and to develop. And it comes from self-awareness. Right? A strong connection is made to the notion that repeated practice creates a deepening ability to discern and comprehend with clarity. Right? Each time we come to our mat, each time we take a seat and close our eyes and breathe, we gain access to a more intimate experience of what it is to be aware in our lives, in our body, our mind, our hearts, this experience of living, right? It's a process that invites us to awaken our consciousness, to discover more about ourselves, And as all this awakens, each unique path that we're on becomes clearer. And it's as that clarity grows inside that it becomes easier and easier to make choices and to take actions and choices that bring us closer and closer still towards what it is that we desire or we want to create more of. So it's in this way that these practices over time come to support our growth, our evolution, bit by bit, day by day, breath by breath. See what it's like to recommit to your breathing, just to feel again where you are in this moment, what brings you to the mat, kind of possibilities we hold dear. And regardless of what our individual goals are for this practice, one thing will hold true for each of us, and that's a deepening engagement with our own being. And we'll lean into this today. Just a few more breaths. And when you're ready to start to move, come to cat-cow, tabletop position. There's no rush though. You just take your time in this place. Enjoy your seat, especially if it's been a few moments since you've come to a seated meditation. You might realize how important it is to just steady that right now. Cat-cow, anytime you're ready for that. And in any way that it feels good to move, please move. Take another breath or two in your cat-cow. Again, shifting through all the shapes that feel really inviting to you. And then go ahead and come back to neutral tabletop. We're gonna do opposite arm, opposite leg extension. So go ahead and extend your left leg back and your right arm forward. And just take a few moments here to see how long you can get. Another breath and then we'll change sides. And both hands will come down, knees down, and then left arm extends, right leg extends. Encouraging things to get long, to clear. And then you can come back neutral table. And then let's go to the first side again, right arm, left leg, breathe in. And as you exhale, take your elbow and knee to touch underneath of you. Breathe in, re-extend. Breathe out, contract, elbow to knee. A few more times like this. Taking time to both make the connection to the contraction as well as the extension. After this next extension, on your exhale, neutral table, and let's change sides. Left arm, right leg. Exhale, contract. And about 5 or 6 times. Re-extend. Neutral table. Downward facing dog pose. Just enjoy a couple of moments in down dog, moving around in anywhere that feels nice for you. And then what we're going to do is get a little movement in the legs, inhaling, lifting the heels up nice and high, coming to the toe mounds of the feet. And then on your exhale, just root the heels back down again. Try that a few times. Breathing in, lifting up. Breathing out, pressing down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, root. Yeah, 3 or 4 more just like this. We're gonna go for down dog split. Take your right leg up to the sky, move it around, just explore your range of motion. All the stuff that feels nice for you. And then I want you to take your right leg straight out towards the right side of the room for a couple of breaths. And just try to feel the effort to engage the outer hip muscles. They're really, really, really important muscles for us to find stability in our pelvis, our spine, our abdomen. You're going to squeeze that right leg back to center. Bring the right foot to the floor next to the left, second side. Dog split, left leg high, move it around. And then take the left leg out to the left, far enough that you can feel the outer hip muscles engaged, and it gets to be a little challenging for a moment or two. And then you can bring that left leg back to center, both feet to the floor. You're gonna walk forward, front of the mat, Uttanasana, standing forward fold. And you can hang out here, just holding your elbows, dangling, swaying. You can be moving your spine with your breath. Inhaling Ardha Uttanasana, exhaling full Uttanasana. Whatever feels good for you. And if you have those blocks at the front of your mat, you might be using them to help elevate the floor. It just feels a little more comfortable for you. Yeah. I'm going to try a little challenge series. And again, based off of what you're aware of in your body and what you're looking for with your practice, you might find many modifications. You might find that you skip the series altogether, right? It all depends on what your desire is for your practice, how you're feeling and connecting with your body. Now, the modifications are going to be knees down. So let's step back, downward facing dog pose. So the whole series can be modified with your knees down. You're going to do high plank pose. Right, so knees are lifted or knees are down. Take 2 more breaths. You're going to do low plank pose or chaturanga. Hold for 2 more breaths. Ready, cobra or upward facing dog pose. And then you can go back to downward facing dog. So that's the basic structure of the series that we're going to do. Let's try again. Come into high plank pose. Go ahead and lift your right leg up. And just take a couple of breaths. 3-legged high plank. And change legs. So you might be able to see where we're going. Low plank. Lift the right leg. And lift the left leg. Yeah, back bend. And down dog. Great. Again, high plank pose. Mhm. Lift the right leg, but take it out to the right a couple of inches. Mhm. On your exhale, squeeze the leg back in. Lift the left leg, take it out to the left a couple of inches. Mhm. Squeeze it back in. Same thing in low plank. Right leg lifts, take it out to the right, breathe. Squeeze it back in, left leg lifts, take it to the left, breathe. Squeeze it back in, cobra upward facing, downward facing dog. Yeah. Okay, so one more time through that series. Remember, you can modify. High plank pose. Lift your right leg up. Inhale, take it out to the right. Exhale, squeeze it in. 2 more times. Change legs. Inhale out. Exhale in. One more time. Low plank, same thing. Try for 3. Left leg. Cobra. Child's pose, finally. Friends, we're going to continue to grow the challenges today. Not so that you do every single challenge, but rather to grow our awareness and our strength in choosing, right? What your worthy goals are, what supports the kind of practice and the experience that you're aware of inside, and making that right. Downward facing dog pose. Another breath or two, let your whole body get long, stretch it out. And then you can walk your feet forward. Uttanasana, front of the mat. Everyone breathe in, get long. Breathe out, fold down. 2 more times like that. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Breathe in, take your arms up. Breathe out, fall down to the floor. Let's try Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, lengthen. Step back, down dog. Breathe in, high plank. Breathe out to the floor. Back bend. And down dog. Good. Take your right leg for split. Move it around a little bit. And then on your exhale, bring your right knee towards your nose, round the spine. Pendulum. 2 back to split. Pendulum again, exhale. 2 more times like that. Back to split, inhale. Place your right foot by your thumb. Warrior 2. Yeah, come into warrior 2 and just try to squeeze the outer hip muscles in. If you need your hands there to help you do it, by all means, bring your hands there. I just want you to feel what it is for those abductors, the abductors, to get stronger and stronger here. Now, just reach forward as you inhale, reach back as you exhale. Try to sway a little bit, and that's going to help to bring even more awareness to those outer hip muscles. And try and find a place that just feels really, really good for you to balance. Keep that high lunge. Squeeze the outer hips in. Ready? Open your arms out like wings. Lean forward, arrowhead lunge. I want you to shift weight onto your right foot, warrior three, with your arms wide. Squeeze your outer hips in the whole time. Feel how that helps to lift your spine. I want you to keep doing that as you do standing split. Now it's really important for our right thigh to be squeezing in here so that we maintain that strength and stability in our foundation. So just a few more breaths, squeezing the right thigh in, letting your legs split as much as feels good for you, without losing the commitment to that outer right hip squeezing in, low lunge. Cool, great, good job. Downward facing dog, flow to downward facing dog. You want to challenge, try three-legged flows. Left leg for split. Enjoy a few breaths. When you're ready, start pendulum series 5 times. Exhale, near the nose. Inhale, expand. Release the foot, warrior two. Feel the outer hip muscles engage. And then rock forward and back a few times. Yeah. Stay in the middle. Another breath. Try to stay low in your hips, high lunge. Yeah, it's a challenge, right? Squeeze those hips together, keep breathing. So, arrowhead, you can take the arms out to the side like we did before, or for more of a challenge, arms forward. It's the same idea. You're shifting weight to the left foot, warrior three, arms to the sides like wings, or forward for more of a challenge. Squeeze your hips in. Yeah, it's pretty great. Let that commitment deepen the stability that you have in your spine as you tip forward, standing split. Enjoy another moment, standing split, without letting the outer left hip relax. Keep it hugging in. Low lunge with control. Cool. Right. So when I practice in this way, I really get that awareness of, oh, wow, yeah, when I get the outer hips working like this, I feel so much more stable. It's really nice. I feel safer. Flow to dog. And over time, I hope that we can see in our own practices how we can make choices to engage safety again and again. Right leg for split. Move it around. Want a little core work? Do some core work. Bring the right knee towards the right elbow. Right 3 times. Everyone, warrior two. Right foot forward. Great. Just set your gaze forward, squeeze the hips in, sit down into that engagement. Similar baseline structure. Going to do high lunge from here. Maybe play with a bit of a back bend. That feels good for you. I want you to bring your hands to your heart this time. Anjali Mudra. Lean forward. Warrior three with Anjali Mudra. Right thigh squeezes in. Keep the right thigh squeezing in. Open half moon pose. So you can try with no hands, right? Or just bring your right hand down to the floor. Yeah, good stuff. Ardha Chandrasana. Both hips hug them in. Yeah, it's so lovely, right? Each time I do it, I get that reminder of how helpful it really is. So simple, really powerful. So similar, I'm gonna go to warrior two from here. Hug the hips in, bend the right knee, and just try to float yourself back into warrior two. We'll do a nice reverse warrior two. Enjoy all that space you've created. And then go ahead and flow or step to down dog. Yeah, hopefully we're warming up a little bit. Left leg, take it up. Enjoy. If you want, bring your left knee to your left elbow a couple of times. And then bring it forward. Warrior two. Try to work even deeper into your hips. From warrior two, high lunge. Play with the back bend. And then Anjali Mudra, hand to the heart, warrior three. Start to open half moon pose. Notice how you can fine tune this opening. Stay in half moon for several breaths, long enough that you can work in the pose. And then from the outer hip engagements, try to float back into warrior two. Reverse. And float a dog. Great. Couple breaths in dog. Try to feel length from the outer hips down through the outer heels. Gently lift your pubic bones, lift the front of your spine, stabilize through your throat. Right leg for split. Bring the right knee to the left elbow a couple times. Find a steady pace. Right. Remember, you choose the worthy goals and challenges. I'm going to skip warrior two, come right to high lunge. Just a breath or two. And then you're going to shift forward, warrior three. See if you can keep the arms alongside the ears this time for warrior three. Now we're going to bring our hands down to the floor or to blocks, staying generally in warrior three. Flex your left foot. And on your exhale, take the left leg out towards 90 degrees. Inhale, bring it back to center. That's it. Good. Exhale, take it out. Inhale in. 3 more. Long in your spine. Take the left leg out and hold for just a few breaths. And the outer hip, your abductors are going to get nice and fiery here, friends. Last breath. Good. Bring it back to center. Bring the left foot down next to the right. So you're in Uttanasana. Go ahead and make soft fists with your hands and just gently pummel out the legs. Right, wherever you happen to feel tight, pummel, 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 pummel. Your glutes, your low back. calves, wherever it is. Really want to stimulate, send awareness. Yeah, it's a little qigong moment. Getting energy to move, tissue to move. Here it is, downward facing dog pose. Try a little flow. We'll do the second side. Okay, so left leg will go high. Bring the left knee towards the right elbow a few times. And then place it forward. High lunge. From high lunge, warrior 3. Keep the lift of warrior 3. Bring your hands down to blocks or the floor. Flex your right foot. Exhale, take the leg out towards 90 degrees. Inhale back in 5 times. Keep the leg out, breathe 5 breaths. Yeah. So outer hip muscles getting stronger for you. And then Uttanasana, both feet down. Pummel, 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 pummel. Yeah, you're gonna come upright to stand, Tadasana. Pause, set your gaze in front of you, breathe. Try to come back to a focused state, almost like a meditation. Really fix your gaze on one point. Perhaps you can feel the body adjusting, dropping some resistances, some barriers. Can you feel your feet rebalancing left to right, your legs? What about your pelvis, your shoulders? Your neck, your head, jaw, fingers. What are you aware of? If you're aware of that, what else can you be aware of? The goal of yoga is engagement, right? And the invitation of yoga is to be more present in your body. We're invited again and again to figure out how we can engage with our present body in its fullness. Take another breath or two, just observing how much of yourself you're aware of, how successful you're already being in this goal, right, of connection. Just trying is huge, right, is success. You're gonna take your arms up as you inhale, pull down as you exhale. Breathe in, lengthen your spine. Step, jump, or flow to downward facing dog pose. Right leg first split. Exhale to the right elbow. Inhale, split. Exhale, knee towards the nose. Split to the left elbow. Split. Place your right foot by your thumb. High lunge. Warrior three. And half moon pose. Now, stage one of half moon, your left hand is just on your hip. Flex your left foot. Stage two, your left arm's over your ear. Now, if you're in stage two, this is the inhale, the extension right here. As you exhale, bring your knee and your elbow to touch, left knee and left elbow. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, recontract. Take your time. Experience both the fullness of the contraction and the extension. Twice more. Right, and then re-extend. Squeeze the right hip in, warrior two. Yeah, beautiful. Reverse warrior two. Triangle pose, everybody. We continue to engage the outer right hip and buttock to move in. So it almost feels like it's sliding under the body. And then just encourage the rest of the body, the shape, to receive that stability. Top arm wherever feels good. 2 more breaths. Now, we're going to slowly windmill our top arm down to the floor and just pivot towards the left so that you're at wide leg forward fold. Great. From wide leg forward fold, try a shoulder stretch. Hands to the low back, interlace. You can also just hold your hips. Try to move your shoulder blades away from your ears towards your pelvis. Keep doing that as you press your upper arms away or forward. Yeah. Gonna bring your hands down to the floor. Lengthen your spine. Start to bend into the left knee and just let your hands walk over to the left. Great. We're going to try and stretch out the right groin and hamstrings and inner thighs. So you can stay here with both feet planted. Or if you want, you can even spin to the back of the right heel and come to Skandasana. So your right leg is straight, right? And you can come upright. That's it, hands to prayer. Yeah, we just linger for a few moments. That right leg was doing a lot for us, trying to get some relief in there. From here, when you're ready, you're going to make your way back to down dog facing the front of your mat. And perhaps you do a little flow in between sides. So we have the left leg going for splits. I'm going to do the little core reminder. Left elbow in the heart. Right elbow. High lunge. From high lunge, warrior three. And then from warrior three, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Stage one, the right hand's at the right hip. Flex your right foot. Stage two, the right arm is alongside the ear. And you do those little crunches. Exhale, right knee and elbow come to touch. Inhale, expand. Gaze is set, helping your balance. 2 more. And then re-extend. Keep the left hip squeezing in. Warrior two. Reverse, warrior two. And triangle. Yeah, just enjoying the space of this pose. Just like the first side from triangle, windmill yourself down, wide leg forward fold with a shoulder stretch. Change the interlace of your hands just so that you've got the opposite thumb and index on top. Yeah. And then from wide leg forward fold, once more, hands under the shoulders, bend into the right knee, walk your hands to the right and let the left inner thigh get a stretch, or perhaps Skandasana. Yeah. Down dog or flow to down dog. Your feet out as wide as your hips. Lift your heels up. Turn the heels in towards one another like you've got Charlie Chaplin feet, and then press the heels down towards the floor. So you're in like a down dog Charlie Chaplin version. Send your inner thighs back, your outer hips down. There we go. Back to classical dog. And then just slowly start to walk your feet forward, kind of in that. Let the elbows bend the knees. Just sway side to side. Notice if you can get a little more relaxation in the back of your spine. And come down to a squat. Hands can go to prayer. Tuck the chin slightly. Close the eyes. You can put blocks underneath your pelvis in the squat if that feels better for you. Just turn as much of your gaze down towards your hips and breathe there for a few more moments. Yeah. Feeling into this moment, what you're aware of here. Slowly let your hands relax down. We come up right to stand. Yeah. So we can go to the middle of our mats at this stage. You're going to face the long edge side of your mat, or I'm sorry, the narrow, so the front of your mat. Blocks will just be forward if you've been using them. We're going to try a little standing hip opening series. into possibly an arm balance for some of us, right? Based off of all the work that we've been doing on both strengthening and opening the outer hip muscles, we'll see about Ekapada Galavasana, the flying pigeon. So go ahead and stand on your left foot and cross your right ankle. Actually bring your right knee into your chest. And just start up here, roll around a little bit with the ankle. Take a moment just to find balance. And if it's not your balance day, then just go ahead and put your hand on the wall or something nearby, okay? You'll cross the right ankle over the left knee and you're gonna start to sit down. Hands can be at prayer, at the hips, on the shin. Keep the right foot flexing as you sit down into it. And breathe, Ekapada Agni Stambhasana. If you want to make it spicier, send your arms forward and try to work deeper. Now, if you feel that you want to try the arm balance Galavasana, you're going to bring your hands down to blocks or to the floor and wrap the right toes around the left tricep. Start to create a little shelf with your upper arms and lean into that. From your heart, push down into your hands and try to get the back foot to float. And then from your heart, see if you can press the left foot back behind you. Yeah. When you are finished with this whole attempt, come back upright, standing knee to chest. Couple of breaths. And then both feet on the floor, Tadasana. Great. Yeah, so not everyone does everything in a yoga class, but everyone can do something, and our awareness practice is all about that. Just being aware of what it is that you would like to choose in the moment to support the experience that you'd like to create. You can try the second side in any degree, or you can skip it and do something that feels like more of the experience you want to create. Right? If you're going to go for the arm balance, if you're going to go for the standing pose, bring the left knee in, breathe. Ankle to knee, sitting down. Working your way deeper and deeper and deeper into Ekapada Agni Stambhasana, maybe sending the arms forward. Maybe bringing your hands down, wrapping the left toes around the right arm, creating a shelf. From your heart, push into the hands, get the back knee to lift. Push into your hands, and from your heart, stretch the right leg back. Standing knee to chest. Tadasana, mountain pose. Set your gaze. Reset. Your breathing, your bones, the tissue. Take your arms up, inhale, fold to the floor as you exhale. Step back, downward facing dog pose. Our last down dog together, class. You want to flow, do a flow. Otherwise, you can just enjoy a nice held down dog. We'll all come to a seated position. Arms back behind you, feet flat on the floor. Go ahead and cross your right ankle over the left knee. Flex the right foot and just rock from side to side. Yeah. Use this as a way to, yes, engage the outer hips and the glutes, but also to massage them a little bit, right? So you'll do this as long as it feels helpful for you to get that release. And then you'll come back to center. And with the leg in Galavasana, or in the ankle to knee, go ahead and do a reverse table for about 5 breaths, squeezing your glutes as you're in here. Gazing down the legs or up to the sky. If it feels really freeing in your neck and you want to look overhead, go for that. You're going to keep the figure 4 as you bring your hips back down to the floor. And you can just stay here. I'm just going to let this pose settle. If you feel that you actually want to try one more little kind of party trick, arm balance, fun thing, bring your right hand to your right heel and start to twist towards the left. Now, this is kind of a weird one. It's baby grasshopper. So you just try and twist as much as you can, and then you see if you can get your right tricep onto the sole of the right foot. It's kind of a weird one. If you can, you push your foot into your arm, lean over to the left, and try and lift your hips up. Keep pushing your foot into your arm, and then extend the left leg to float. Huzzah. Baby grasshopper, super weird. What's going on? Rest back, shake out your legs. Yeah, like you're on the beach. Yeah. Keep shaking out the legs until you feel your mid-low back relax. Okay, that's the cue we're gonna look for. Yeah, and then once that happens, you can go ahead and give the second side a shot. Remember, you get to pick how far you move in this series. So left ankle over right knee. Rock side to side, flexing the foot. Just kind of linger here and there. Yeah. And then, friends, when you're ready, you come back to center and you try the reverse table for about 5 breaths, squeezing your glutes in. And then you can sit down. Yeah. And you'll stay here, or if you feel like trying the arm balance, left hand to the left heel, twist towards the right. Try and get your left tricep to the foot. This is that weird thing. You got it. Keep pushing your foot into your arm. Lift your hips up. Lean into chaturanga and squeeze the right leg forward to lift it up. Huzzah. Yes. When you're finished, lean back, rock side to side. Yeah. And if anyone is a glutton for that pose, You can go ahead and try it again and again and again, right? Just pause, rewind again and again and again until you find that you've become a grasshopper in the springtime. Friends, we are going to try Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. So legs will be out in front of you. Go ahead and open the flesh and the sitting bones. Lengthen your spine just a little bit forward, right? And you can, if you're already in, be in. But if you're working in, go ahead and just take your time to incrementally adjust over and over again as you shift further and further. Pose. We're going to stay in this pose for a little bit of time. So you feel that threshold place that you're at shift. I might even encourage you, I'm encouraging myself, to go about 80% into the pose and just to be there at 80%, however that looks. Noticing what it's like for you at this stage in your practice to consciously do a little less, to intentionally do a little less. Not because it's right or wrong, but just to observe what comes up for us in our mind as we choose to do less. And breathe through those associations, perhaps inviting them to soften a little bit so that there's less judgment, more space. So you can ease yourself up. We're going to come onto our backs now. We'll stay on our backs for the rest of class. So if you have anything that you might want for your Shavasana, grab that now. But go ahead and come and lay down on your backs. And bring the knees into your chest. Giving yourself a little tiny hug here. We're all going to do Supta Gomukhasana. So cross your right knee on top of your left knee. Yeah. If that doesn't work for you, then just do Sukhasana across your shins or your ankles instead and bring your knees in. That's totally fine. You can stack your knees, do that, then hold onto your shins or flexing the feet, hold the outside edges of each foot. We'll take a few more breaths in this pose. See if you can get your hips to move a little closer down to the floor as you're in the pose. / observe what takes you deeper into the posture. You can change sides. Keep the left knee on top. And let's just bring this into the twist. So shift your hips over to the right a little bit. Arms will go to a T or to cactus, and then just let your knees drop to the, oh, sorry, shift your hips to the left, let your knees drop to the right. We're going to keep the legs in this shape, staying just a little longer on this side. And with the left knee still on top, come back to center. Keeping the knee on top, move the hips not only to neutral, but move the hips over to the right. And now we'll try the open twist. So let the knees drop to the left. The left leg is still on top. Yeah, slightly shift the tenor of the pose. And we'll go back to center. Rebalance the pelvis, neutral, and now second side, right knee on top. Move the hips to the right, legs will drop to the left. Keeping the right leg on top, come back to center, move the hips to the left, knees drop to the right, so the open twist. Coming out of that open twist, rebalance your pelvis, feet flat on the floor. With the feet a little wider than their hips, go ahead and just gently rock the knees side to side, windshield wiper. Real gentle. And then just for a moment, constructive rest pose, feet wide, knees together, wrap the arms around the chest. Take a couple of breaths. Just trying to pull the shoulder blades apart. Change the cross of the arms. Uncross everything. Rest your hands on your body, eyes closed, and just feel in. Notice if there's anything else that your body might enjoy. Any other poses. And if so, now is a great time to do them. If you're ready for Shavasana, then just go ahead and get yourself into a real comfortable final resting position. Fidgeting around as much as you need until you feel that you're there. Enjoy your breath. Being just as you are, feel the movement in and out. Perhaps introducing movement gently into the fingers and toes, or perhaps remaining still longer and longer. If you have time to stretch out your Shavasana, please do. And anytime you feel that the class is resolved for you, you can make your way to a comfortable seated position for a couple of breaths. With the consciousness back in the body, observe what you are aware of. How the choices that you made over the past 75 minutes taken root. How you feel to be in this moment. Hands to the heart, receiving the gift of the practice again and again. Each time we come to the mat. Gentle bow. We're going to close with the chant of Om. Easy breath in and out. Join anytime. Oh. Deep peace. Om Shanti. Namaste.